DVD.
Fuck DVDs, man. Just fuck them. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our 21st episode of Into the Filmverse. What is Into the Filmverse, do you ask? Well, that is a great question. It's a movie fan podcast covering all types of film and film news, hosted none other than my best friend here. He's Bryce Payne.
Oh, I thought we were just going to continue, so I was just like,
and
hi.
Hi. And myself, Mytchel Chandler. Today we are discussing breaking film news, that including Wandavision episode 5, Chasing Amy, then Kevin Smith third film in his
U.S. universe.
That's it, yeah.
It's a really dumb name, but that's what it is.
It is a weird name. And our weekly movie watches. If you want to see our reviews for anything we talk about here today, or our thoughts on other movies we watched throughout the week that we don't mention, be sure to join us on Letterboxd, the social network for film lovers, basically like a social media for people who like to talk about film. You can find me, Mytchel Chandler, at Mitch Reviews.
And you can find me at Payne Reviews. I'm having a rough day.
No, honestly, it's been one of those days. But Mitch Reviews, just so you don't know, it's spelled Mytch and then Payne Reviews.
Bayne.
Exactly. A bit of a different bitches of names.
Bitches.
Bitches, join us. No, we have a bit of a unique spelling for our name, so be sure to look out for that. It's also in the description of either the video if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere. You can find us anywhere on wherever you stream podcasts. It should be in the description.
Maybe on everything.
Everything, exactly. But before we dive into our...
That's when we start getting, like, comments. They're like, yo, you're not on this one. And you're like, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what that is, but I'll try to get there for you. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, if you're listening to us, you found some way. But before we dive into some of our weekly watches, we're going to go off the top with some recent movie news. So, as we like to do here, we're going to talk about the latest Disney release, their... what do they call this? Limited series. And this week, Wandavision, obviously, episode 5. And we're going to talk about spoilers for those. So if you don't want to know anything for spoilers, skip ahead 5 minutes starting now.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, let's just get that right off the bat. Evan Peters back as Quicksilver. Not Aaron Taylor Johnson, which personal fan of because kick-ass. But,
hey, Evan Peters in kick-ass, too.
Yeah, but he wasn't kick-ass. He was ass-kick, right? That's who he was. Man, fuck that dude. No, clearly I love the Evan Peters Quicksilver more, just because of how badass he was in the X-Men movies.
Okay, let's just be straight up. He was the best part of the new releases.
For sure. I mean, other than Logan, but
don't get me wrong. I loved what's it called? I like Days of Future Past. Let's just say that was a good movie. I think that's the one I'm thinking about. That's the first one he shows up in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Where he saves everybody at the X-Mansion, right?
Yeah, no, that's Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Which one's again? That's his best part of Apocalypse. Well, we're not Dark Phoenix, he was really good in Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
But he wasn't in there enough. But anyway, bringing him into WandaVision.
Dude,
the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, honestly, I was pretty. To say I was surprised would be dude, it was an understatement.
It was so hard because I was I watched it before you, and I was like, I just want to be like,
this is. We'll talk about it.
And then I was like, I can't tell him I want to rewatch the X-Men series because then he's gonna fucking piece shit together. I just got play dumb.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't have. Let's be honest. I'm a little vain when it comes to that stuff. I'm like, I'll just see what happens. When I saw this and I reached over and I was like, Dad, that's the guy from X-Men. And he's like, yeah, I know, it's Quicksilver. I'm like, no, you don't understand. That's the guy from X-Men. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, no, but I'm saying the Fox. And I started you're talking about the board. Yeah, I'm like, look at the board. It's Talking X, and he's like, oh yeah, cool. I'm like, no, it's not cool. It's fucking what's happening.
Dude, that's what I did with Jada. We were watching it, and she was like, okay. And I was like, no.
Not just okay.
This is a big fucking deal.
I was like, does this mean? Wait, is he actually Quicksilver? Because he better fucking be Quicksilver.
Dude, if he's not, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not watching your shit anymore.
I'd be so mad if he was just like, oh, I'm actually Mephisto.
I'm Mephisto. Oh, I'm actually different. It's like, why can't you just be the dude from X-Men? You own the rights. Why? Why would you even bring him in if he's not the dude from X-Men?
Honestly, dude.
Not only that, but also, the episode took place in the 80s. The last time we saw him was in the 80s.
Dude, that's a good point.
It makes fucking sense.
That's a great fucking point. I didn't even think about that.
Because that's when Dark Phoenix takes place, is in the 80s.
Right.
So it's
it's matching up.
Why bring him in the 80s if it was fucking linking up Dark Phoenix? And how else are you going to bring Deadpool in if there's not a multiverse already there? And everyone's like, oh, well, it hasn't happened yet. It's it's happening.
It's happening.
This is what's happening right now.
I really think... okay, so, obviously, I think everything in that episode was leading up to that point, but is there anything else in the episode you want to mention other than...
Vision releasing Norm.
That was pretty cool. I like that he kind of realized
because then Norm's like, "You gotta help me," and Vision's like, "Oh shit, there's something going on."
It's weird to me because, you know, like the last episode we talked about, she was actually controlling his body, right? We kind of found that out. But it almost seems like he still has some sort of intelligence himself, even though she is outside of her.
Okay, I got this.
Okay.
I have my take.
Mm-hmm.
We know Wanda got her, quote unquote, got her powers from the stone, right? I forget. I don't think it's the Mind. No, it has to be the Mind Stone.
I think it was the Tesseract, or it was the Scepter. So yeah.
So like, she got her power from the Mind Stone that was in Vision's head. Why can't she use the power that she gets to like bring it back?
You know, honestly,
if she can match the power of a fucking Infinity Stone,
well, she can because she can blow it up. Honestly, you know, I was watching those Marvel Legends, and I was seeing her, you know, destroy Vision Stone at the same time she was holding Thanos back with two hands, like at the same time. She destroyed on a whole Infinity Stone, and I was like, yeah, she's the baddest motherfucker out of all these.
Dude, Kevin Feige got asked in an interview, they're like, who do you think's the strongest Avenger? And he's like, well, if you saw Endgame, Wanda was going to kill Thanos by herself. If he hadn't unleashed hell on his own people, she would have killed him.
They even mentioned that in Randall Park character and Kat Dennings.
It's like, no, dude, like, I 100% believe that she has the ability to fucking, like, just make Vision alive again. Even though I would hate that, because I'm like, why kill him off if you can just bring him back?
I hope he's actually back, though. The reason I hope
we didn't see enough of him, but at the same time, it's like...
Exactly. I hope he's back in a different way, if that makes sense. The way he's evolved from being Jarvis to, obviously, Vision to... I hope he...
Yeah, I like the character development, but at the same time, I'm like, it feels like if he's back, it's going to take away some of the gravity of the death.
Oh, no,
and the
100%,
gravity of, like,
100%.
Tony's death and, like, Black Widow's death, and it's like, well, you guys just bring anybody back. All right, cool. Even an android that was destroyed and broken.
I think they've already proven that they do that, though, like, multiple times.
I just don't like that, because it feels
me neither.
It feels like Infinity War's, like, conclusion, whenever you rewatch it, it's just not going to feel, like, not as powerful, because it's like, well, he comes back, so why the fuck does it matter?
No, I agree. But yeah, the biggest thing is to see where this Evan Peters thing goes. I hope it's really the Quicksilver from there, and I hope next episode.
I know he's in. Yeah, he's in the next episode. I saw a leak, but I won't talk about it.
Well, sweet. Thank you guys for joining us.
Stop.
As we talked, WandaVision episode 5 spoiler review. Obviously, by the time this episode comes out, the next episode 6 will be out, and we'll be talking about that on the next episode. So be sure to join us for that. A ton of trailers came out at the Super Bowl. If you watched the Super Bowl, or if you just waited until after and watched the trailers.
Oh, I didn't know Old had a trailer. I'll watch that later.
Yeah, I haven't watched the Old trailer either. I just saw that.
I read the comic, so I'm kind of like, I don't really think I'm gonna like it.
So most of these trailers, the reason I haven't really, or I didn't watch, and I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the end of the Super Bowl trailers.
I don't like football.
No, I didn't watch the Super Bowl either, but I'm saying, like, just as far as...
I didn't know they had trailers in the Super Bowl.
Hey, that's why, honestly, that's why I looked at the Super Bowl every year, because they release major trailers at that time.
I didn't know that was a thing, so, like, I just suddenly saw, like, Raya and Last Dragon trailer. I was like, oh, neat, cool. Like, I didn't know it was at the Super Bowl. I was just like, oh, cool.
That's beautiful. But, okay, so, Fast 9 trailer, first of all.
NDA.
Yeah, yeah, we'll just skip that, because non-disclosure agreements. And then...
Just every time.
I know, it's beautiful.
Every time.
Honestly, I see people talk about that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that still hasn't come out yet.
Oh my God, dude, there's so much stuff, too. They'll be like, does this happen? I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, yeah, no, I haven't seen that. What are you talking about? Old trailer, that I am interested in the new M. Night Shyamalan film. I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I'm not, like, super excited for this film, like, just because I'm not a huge Shyamalan film because he fucked over Avatar. I still don't forgive him for that.
That's where he fucked up, dude. Have you seen half his films?
Well, no, I know, but like
2 of them, they're decent.
Split was really good, but the other 2 I don't like. Unbreakable and Glass.
Unbreakable was really boring, and Glass was a letdown.
But
Glass could have been so much cooler.
I still have hopes for it to be good. Just say that.
I'm going. I've read the comic. I've become.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. You were.
Yeah, I'm already like invested. I've read the whole fucking thing. Like
it's like age backwards, right?
No, they like age forward. Everyone gets like you age super fast.
Oh, that was it, right?
And they're trapped on like this island or this beach, and it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if that comes out.
It's really weird.
But the reason I actually have these other trailers highlighted, the Raya and Last Dragon, Nobody, and Coming to America, mostly because we've seen trailers for these before, and I'm the type of person that if I see a trailer for a movie and I like it, right, like if I like the trailer, I'm already sold and I don't want to see any more. Like I'm like. Yeah, I'm sold. Don't let me see any more trailers because I don't want to see any more footage. I just want to experience it in the movie.
I didn't know Raya had a trailer before. The only trailer I saw was the one they released. didn't.
Oh yeah, should I? Yeah, no, they had one like a while back because I think this movie was supposed to be something that came out a while ago too.
This was last year in like October.
So, exactly, yeah. So I think they've already released like a teaser or something like that. I don't know if it was a full trailer, but
with our theaters open though, at least I don't have to pay $20-$30 to watch it on Disney Plus.
You know, and that was one of the things that Super Mulan. That was one of the things about that. Not that this has anything to do with these trailers, but Greenland and Shadow in the Cloud. There's it's like the new Apocalypse movie, Greenland, and then there's also the Chloe Grace Moretz movie, Shadow in the Cloud, where she's like a pilot fighting aliens.
They're like $30 to rent, and you're like,
yeah, dude,
why?
I'm like, I just want to watch these films, exactly, and now, but I'm like, I don't want to. I was like, I would pay $10-$12 to go see it in a theater, but why would I pay $20-$30 to see it at home? Like, and
it's only
that's
for
just
3
to
days.
Rent it. Yeah, I was like, if I had to buy it at home, maybe I consider it, man, but like, not just to
I'm
fucking.
Like, it's like $20 to rent, and it's like, well, I can buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out on Blu-ray for the same fucking price and own it. Like, what's the point?
I just want to watch it, but I don't have to wait because you'll start trying to charge me an arm and a leg. What the fuck? That's why we shouldn't let theaters get away for the most part. Not that they ever will, really, but anyway. So yeah, that, and then also Coming to America. I haven't seen the first one yet. So.
I haven't seen the first one either. The only thing I know is the cameo from Trading Places that I told you about with old people. That's it. That's my knowledge.
So that'll be interesting movies to watch out for. But it was a good thing to see that some of these movies are still coming. You know.
I'm sorry, I looked down at Tomb Raider and I was like, but why?
Yeah. I don't know if any of you watched this film, but the Tomb Raider film that came out a few years ago. I forgot who the star of it was. I want to say it was like...
I don't know. Mine's over there. I could probably grab it.
2018 film. I got it. Tomb Raider, and it was 2018. Alicia Vikander. That's what I was going to say. Was the Lara Croft. And this movie, I don't even know if it did that well. 51%, 48% on...
It was okay.
Metacritic.
It was just okay. I wasn't blown away. Like, for a video game movie, well, not bad.
I think it's because it was so... generic towards the video game style and what it was like in the game.
If you played the new Tomb Raider games, like the new series they came out with.
Yep, and exactly, it was almost the exact same thing.
I was like, I just played this like 4 months ago. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. So they're coming out with the second one. Why? I'm not really sure. Why they're just not rebooting it, because it is a good franchise. It's a good franchise, kind of like the Uncharted franchise with Tom Holland. They're coming up with.
I just don't think video game movies are a thing that you should do. But that's just me.
Well, the reason I argue against that, and this is the only reason why, is because comic book movies. People used to say that's not something you should do. And I do think video game movies can be successful only if you do... Like, they have to be taken in a different way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like they play them too much, like, cheesy.
They do.
It's like...
They do.
You know how cool a fucking Halo movie would be?
Bro. Exactly. And that's
a
what
war
I'm saying
film, but then they're like, oh, we got to adapt the video game. It's like, we don't want the video game adapted. We want a unique story set with the characters that does justice. We don't need, like...
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch Halo 1 on fucking movie. Like, I can play the game. The game was more fun. Exactly. It's always going to be compared to the game.
Exactly.
That's why the Uncharted, because it's a prequel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, smart.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like they take the mythos of what these characters should be, like in comic movies, where how they've learned to do it is take the mythos and rely on the backstory, but create something almost new.
Except DC.
Well, yeah, we want to talk about them. But yeah, so I mean, hopefully Tomb Raider is good. Looking out for it. Hopefully it's good. But so with that down, we venture on to some of our weekly movie watches.
Oh, we did have a movie night watch this week though.
You did actually. I guess we should jump on that real quick. So
I'm not gonna go too far into it because I feel like it's one of those movies that you had to experience.
Yeah. Aside from being
blasted, it is generally considered one of the worst films ever made. Mm-hmm. And we watched The Room.
Yeah,
so, I mean, Tommy was out, and I'm full disclosure here. I was drunk off my ass. Like, we were too, though, right? Oh yeah, 100%, dude. Like, this shit was so funny. We hung out as a group, and we all basically were drinking, and we were like, let's put on a movie. So we put on The Room, and the sober people were so goddamn funny. Like Joe and Alicia, they were just like, this is the dumbest, stupidest shit I've ever seen. And we're like, yeah, we know it's great.
How bad can it be? Like, okay, but okay, let me
I don't know how to explain it without just making you watch the movie.
Like, is it just the script doesn't make sense, or is it just bad effects or not effects, but
there is no effects.
I didn't mean effects. I meant staging of just the way it looks.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay, this is a
cinematography.
Somewhat spoiler. There's straight up a scene where this couple just walks into the main people's house, just walk in. No one's there. They just go in and start doing the deed.
But why?
In these people's house. And then they go in and they're like, oh, hi, you're here. And they're like, the mother's like, why is there so many people coming to your house? Like, oh, they just come over to chill.
But why?
That's the eternal question throughout the entire movie. You know how many fucking sex scenes there are in this movie?
I mean, it doesn't sound too bad.
There's like
bring on the nasty.
There's like 8. And they're all with this really shitty, like, pop music from, like, late 90s.
The Room. Then you have Crash. And then you have Sailor.
Oh, Crash is different. Crash is, like, that was made to be, like, an erotic film about automobiles. Some bullshit. I hated that movie. But then we have, like, Sailor, which is, like, I kind of give it a pass because I'm like, the guy wanted to make something gross and he succeeded. So, like, he did what he set out to do. Like,
All right, fair.
But then, like, Tommy Wiseau was like, I'm going to make a movie. And he fucking made a movie.
And this is what the Disaster Artist is made on, right?
Yes. And this is supposed to be a serious movie. But it's supposed to be serious. It's not supposed to be a comedy. But you will laugh throughout the entire goddamn thing.
I feel like eventually I got to watch this just to see what the fuck's going on. Because I don't even know.
You do. You were going to watch The Disaster Artist. I was like, no, Mitchell, you can't. You got to watch The Room first. The Disaster
The Disaster Artist is like so much fun. And you're like, don't watch that. And I'm like, why? And you're like,
it's
The Room.
Watch
I'm like,
The Room.
But he's like, watch The Room. I'm like,
you aren't going to enjoy it as much if you don't watch The Room. Like, because you'll be watching The Disaster Artist and they'll be like referencing things and making fun of things in the room, and you'll be like, oh, okay. But like after you watch The Room, you're like, yeah, that was a really dumb fucking scene, wasn't it?
Wow.
And watching James Franco be Tommy Wiseau is fucking hilarious.
That sounds hilarious.
And Tommy Wiseau makes a cameo, and it is also funny because they make fun of each other's voices because Tommy Wiseau, oh hi, like really thick accent, and so like he and James Franco like talk to each other, and he's like, what's with your voice? What's with your voice?
No boy.
Like you gotta watch it. It's only 98 minutes long, man. It's really short. It's just,
hour and a half.
It feels like 3 hours.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'll watch that one.
There's 2 sex scenes in like the span of 5 minutes.
2 sex scenes, 5 minutes. I mean, are they good sex scenes at least?
I mean, what do you consider good? Because I don't consider just dragging a rose on some girl's body and then like having the guy's ass in the air and like you show him like humping her. Yeah, that's not good.
I feel like you know what a good sex scene is. You just know. Like if you like, yeah, that's
you're
good.
Watching
good sex.
It and we're like, is this a porno? Like Joe asked, he asked us. He's like, "Are we just watching porn?" And I was like, "Yeah, essentially. I don't know."
Yeah, essentially.
I was like, "This was the first sex scene. Like it went on for 5 goddamn minutes."
Welcome to movie night.
And we get to the second sex scene. He was like, "Jesus Christ!" And I was like, "You want to see the scenes, like the chapter list, because like it tells you when they are. It's like Lisa seduces Mark.
Lisa seduces Mark.
Lisa and Mark love scene." Lisa,
you know what this movie sounds like? This sounds like a movie that like the dad would just have on his shelf, and then it would just like and then the kid would come up to him like, "Ooh, what's The Room?" And he put it in late at night, and then he just starts seeing this shit, and he's like, "What the fuck did I get myself into?"
Meanwhile, there's me that's like, I want this because apparently it's horrible, and I want it in my collection.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, that was our movie night. It's a dumb movie. If you want to watch it, you should. It's pretty funny.
Just to talk about the worst movie ever made, probably.
It's so funny. It's not supposed to be, but it is.
Eventually, I'll be on the inside joke on that. So, but so what other movies did you watch this week, Bryce? That do you want to?
Oh, are you ready for this? Like apparently I have to have a rant every single episode, right?
Yay!
The
Bryce
new
rant.
Fucking Studio Ghibli movie is complete and utter horseshit.
What's that called?
Earwig and the Witch.
Earwig and the Witch. Okay, what's this about?
Okay. It's 80 minutes long, so short runtime. Orphan witch baby gets older, gets taken by another witch from the orphanage. Essentially, I guess I haven't adopted a kid, but like I don't think you could just go into an orphanage and be like, I want that one, and then just walk out.
Give me it. Yeah, I don't think so either, man. I don't think that's how it works.
Wait. So she does that. The witch comes and gets her, tells her like, oh, you're gonna be working with me, right? And I was like, well, that's really fucking weird, isn't it? Like, my cat's banging the door. But no, okay, so she basically just becomes like the helper for this bitch and like this witch, and there's like this guy named the Mandrake, which Harry Potter, it's all I ever fucking thought about.
Mandrake.
But he's like some demon dude that has little devils do his bidding, and I was like, this is weird. Like, this is dumb, but this is weird. The animation, shit. Absolute shit. Like, it is garbage.
Garbage.
Studio Ghibli does a lot of hand-drawn animation. I'm sure you've noticed.
Yeah.
This is CGI.
It feels very different.
It's their first computer-generated movie, and it is awful. It looks
They're
awful.
like, yeah, we should stick to what we know.
There's no ending.
I'm sorry, what?
There's no ending.
What do you mean, no ending?
There's no ending.
What does that mean?
I guess Earwig manages to convince them to be like, spoilers. Not that I give a fuck, but
I don't know. That's funny. It was funny.
Earwig basically gets them to do anything she wants, which I'm like, all right, that makes no fucking sense, because like, I don't know, makes no sense. Like, there's no character development to that point. And then like it's Christmas, and she's trying to have a friend come over, and then her mom just shows up like at the door because they were all like their mom and the people she's with were in a band, which gets touched on, but like it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't fucking matter. Nothing. Anyway, like the movie ends with the mom knocking on the door and the door opening, and then it goes to black. There's no resolution. There's no real conflict in the movie. There's nothing but this whiny little bitch just being like, I'm used to doing whatever I want. Everything is supposed to be my way. And then somehow getting it, and then just like the movie ends.
You know, I bet. I was about to say something. I bet you all the Studio Ghibli people were like, "This was the most amazing movie." Did they? I don't know if you looked the reviews at all.
Reviews are bad, man.
Okay, so that's probably
like they are bad.
I mean, that's probably a good thing. I swear, if all the Studio Ghibli people would just be like, "It's amazing," just
maybe we shouldn't be doing computer animated films. You know, maybe we should be doing shit with like substance, like we have been. No, let's make a fucking movie about a little girl witch who's not even a witch. She doesn't become a witch. She gets no fucking powers. There's no character development. It's just fucking like, well, I'm with a witch, so now I can do whatever I want. It's like, what the fuck?
You know what sounds 10 times better than that?
Any fucking movie ever?
Yeah, fuck DVDs.
Dude, I was so mad. I was like, because it was on HBO Max. And I was like, oh, my sister loves Studio Ghibli. She has them all, like, let's watch them together, right? And we were watching it, and she's like, well, this isn't bad. And I was like, this is terrible.
This isn't bad. It's a witch that doesn't become a witch.
She gave it 2.5 stars, and I gave it 1. I was like, I don't know where you get that other 1.5 from. Like, I don't see that progression there. Like, I don't connect. Why? Like, it's so bad.
I don't connect the dots on.
And then it made me so happy that I didn't go to the Fandango event to go watch it in theaters, because I was gonna take my sister to go see it in theaters, because like Studio Ghibli, right? I'm so happy I fucking didn't, because I would have been so pissed getting out of that theater. Been like, that was $30 I just fucking threw down the drain, isn't it?
Oh, right, because those Fathom events are expensive compared to the other movies.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I saw it on HBO Max. I was like, oh, cool, I can see it for free. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I am so happy I never spent fucking money on that.
Like, thank you, HBO Max, for, I mean, most times don't like, or should be in theaters, for me anyways, but things like that, yeah.
Sometimes there's a reason they're just an event.
True. True that. All the Cirque du Soleil stuff that's usually in those
oh my god,
events.
or the new Wrong Turn, like, because it came out, I didn't go see it, I was supposed to, but we chose to go see Our Friend instead. But you can hear about my thoughts on that movie in the last episode.
Previous episode one.
Yeah. But so we didn't go see that, and I'm kind of happy we didn't, because it's getting bombed. But I'm like, I'll buy it when it gets released on DVD. It won't get a Blu-ray release, but it'll get a DVD release.
DVD. Fuck DVDs. Speaking of DVD fucking, we also watched the next series in the universe called
the View-esque universe.
Yeah, I hear words and I don't know what they are. Like, I hear View-esque. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a View-esque universe.
View-esque universe. We'll get to that eventually. But we watched Chasing Amy from Kevin Smith's films he directed.
Let's just start this off with, this is the only fucking Kevin Smith movie in the Criterion Collection.
Yeah, I thought
this is what they chose to go in the Criterion Collection. This was they didn't go for Clerks, which is considered like, I don't want to say a masterpiece, but for like,
I like Clerks a lot, man.
For like what it was, like, the guy did it by himself, it was all that independent. But they chose Chasing Amy.
Is it weird that I put what's the second one we watched?
Mallrats.
Yeah, I watched Mallrats. I put Mallrats above Clerks, but the more I stay with it, like, I like Clerks better.
The only thing that you really like about Mallrats is the Stan Lee stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the same way.
I just feel like the Clerks stuff. It was just more like, it just felt more like authentic, grounded. Yeah. Other one felt more aloof, and then this one, like, I don't know how to feel about this, man. It's weird. It's a weird film. I still not have Chasing Amy. I just don't know where to put my thoughts on this, because I like equally hate it and love it at the same time.
You're like sitting there, like, sometimes they'll say something and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's really good. I like that. Yeah, and then like they'll be like, yeah, so gay people aren't actually gay. And you're like, what? Like,
dude,
what?
I swear, like, every 5 seconds, they'd say something that was, like, super fucking smart, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. I was like, be my friend. And then the next one, they're like, yo, well, fuck people who are gay. I don't fucking know. You suck dick? Alright, that's fucking terrible. You get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be fucking your boyfriend anymore. And she's like, oh my god, it's not fair you to do that to me. Oh, why? And I was like, god damn it. Just, what is going on? I'm so lost. I was like, I love this and I hate it. I don't know what to choose. I just don't know. I was like, like at the end of the movie, I was sitting there and I was just like, that was really good, but I just kind of hate it. Like, Kevin's, like, he should not have done that movie, but it's good.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Like, I love Kevin Smith. I think he's a great guy, from what I know. And now that, like, I've seen all his movies that he's made that in the U.S. universe. I'm not watching Tusk. That ain't happening. But like, I respect him. I think like the fact he made a movie by himself is really dope. He's been really successful off this. I'm conflicted about Chasing Amy, man, because I'm like, Clerks is really good.
Yeah.
Mallrats, I really enjoy. You know, I can't watch it all the time, but there's a lot of stuff in there I enjoy. Chasing Amy, I'm like,
I don't know whether I want to put it above Mallrats or below Mallrats. I don't know.
It almost feels like it runs 30 minutes too long because they delve into too much bullshit.
Yeah, honestly, I think if they would have stopped it,
dude, it's almost 2 hours. Like
you
could have done like an hour and a half of just them being like. Or, like, at the hour and a half mark or whatever, be with, like, them splitting off and then being like, oh, well, you know, should they work or whatever. Or, like, have it end differently, like, after Jay and Silent Bob do their, like, you know, pep talk.
Yeah.
And then, like, have it go differently than him being like, threesome.
Let's have a fucking threesome, dudes. It'll solve all our problems. What are you doing? What are you doing? That is not what they just said. They said, nah, dude, like, respect her. It's about her.
You gotta ask her. You gotta go to her. You know, talking is good. Communication is key. You know, like, don't let her leave. Threesome. It's like, what? How the fuck did you get to that?
And then he just assumes his best friend's gay, not homophobic, which is possible. Like, just because you're homophobic doesn't mean you're gay, bro. Like, that's not how that works.
And then his best, like, Banksy is just like, all right.
Wait, did they call him Banksy?
I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure.
His name's Banksy. That's the artist that does all the things. I just realized that Banksy is the guy that does all the art. Like, just
I'm gonna check, but I'm pretty sure it's something B. It's Bank something.
Banksy. Anyways, but yeah,
I'll look it up. You could start talking about how European.
I do like. There's a few moments in this film where I thought was pretty cool, like how they're at the hockey rink, and of course every Kevin Smith film has to have a hockey scene.
It's Banky.
Oh, Banky. Okay, well,
it's close.
Close, exactly. But he's like this doing this, like, you know, this
he's cross-examination.
Exactly. He's trying to, like, get her to say, like, something.
He's like, did you know so and so? And it's like, why are you doing this here, bro?
And
like,
then
this feels like a personal, like, you guys need to solve this in your own fucking place.
It did. But like, she turns to him and she's like, yeah, I fucked both of them. What are you gonna do about it? And
he's like, well, I don't know how to feel about it.
Well, it wasn't even that, but my thing, I do like that, and, you know, obviously that the whole dynamic after that. But it was like everybody in the audience turned to them at the exact same time.
Everyone's like, wait, what the fuck's going on over here? This is better than the game. Shit.
Honestly. And I was just like, okay, like, oh, that's not real, because all the audience does it turn. It cuts back and it was real, and I was just like, respect. Like, that's because you, like, the way that he did that scene made it think like she just called him out and he was imagining it. And then he, like, turns back and says, what? And then I thought she was going to say something different. And she's like, well, what do you want me to say? I did. And I was like, all right, that was props right there. That was some good ass filmmaking. She's
like, I can't change my past. That's not who I am. You're supposed to like me for me. Not because, like, oh, I sucked a dick, so you're going to be like, fuck you. It's like, the fuck?
She was very hard to listen to. And
her voice. Dude, I cannot get into her voice.
You know, I think this could have been a little bit more powerful if they had a different actor as her. And I'm
not
saying...
But don't you know, Kevin Smith loved this one.
Clearly, how did that turn out? They're not dating anymore. No, like, because... yeah, loved him, and then in the last one, they just made her show her boobs the whole time in Mallrats. That was kind of... whatever. Anyways, so... she just was so annoying. Like, that's what you do in relationships, show boobs in movies.
Yeah, why not? No,
that's true. Hey, Jada. When Bryce becomes a familiar, wait. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, so overall, I'm still up for judgment. Just be sure to follow me on Letterboxd to find out what I actually rated at the end of the day.
You're like, I'm thinking about shit. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go in and change my Mallrats and Clerks one too, because I think I put Mallrats.
You ever do that? You ever just like you watch a movie, you like rate it, and then like 2 weeks later you'll be like,
once in a while, not usually, not usually, because I feel like for the most part I'm pretty on about myself. But there's a few times like here and there that I'll have to go do that because I'm like, that's not that shit. Honestly, and I do it sometimes for the movies that we watch here, and I'll go back into it and I was like, no, why did I think I was better? I was like, what the fuck, no. And I'll like move, I think I rearranged my list a little bit of where I put stuff because I was just like, no, that's not right. I like that movie better. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I rated it higher, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, I would rather watch that again.
I like because there's things where it's like it's powerful.
Yeah.
So you're like, damn, that was really good, but I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, no, exactly, and
like, that's how I felt about like Come and See and stuff, where it's like, man, that's a really powerful war film. I don't want to watch that again. That was fucking traumatic. Like,
you know what movie I've heard that about that I really want to watch and I just haven't had a chance to yet? The Schindler's List.
It's a Best Picture winner.
Yeah, and I've heard people watch that and they said like, I can't ever watch that.
They can't watch it again. Yeah, Liam Neeson's in that.
You know what? Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, pretty cool.
He's the lead.
Isn't that
He's Schindler.
Isn't that the guy that does the... I Will Find You.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, and Qui-Gon Jinn. Honestly, I did not know that. I'm not gonna be honest with you. I'm a Star Wars nerd, but I haven't seen the prequel, so I have no idea.
I don't watch those. You're really making my list hard here, man. I'm trying to get through all the like Kevin Smith filmography.
You know, I kind of like that fact that I have
Star Wars. Like,
like, God damn, we gotta watch Star Wars now. I can. That's easily a marathon day. I can do that in one day. But
after you watch Phantom Menace, you might just be like, I don't want to watch the rest.
There's no way that Star Wars can be that bad. I mean, it can't be.
Phantom Menace is pretty fucking bad.
Okay, is it worse than Rise of Skywalker? Because I hated the Rise of Skywalker.
I want to say in some ways. I mean, Jar Jar Binks is in that movie. I don't know. Like,
I find Jar Jar Binks fucking hilarious. At least everything I've seen.
You find everything funny.
Yeah, you're true. You're right. So I don't know. We'll find out on that. I was gonna say something about.
Ian McGregor's in it, and I love Ian McGregor. So like, you know.
Ian McGregor's pretty cool. But you know what movie I was gonna say that, or not movie, but a TV series that I watched and I can't ever watch again because it just fucks me up too much is 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, I'm never gonna
the first
watch
season.
That.
I mean, I know you don't watch TV in the first place, but yeah, I just also wouldn't. I mean, bro, it's not for the faint of heart. I'll just tell you that. Actually, I'm pretty sure they changed some, like the last scene.
They changed a lot of stuff apparently because they were getting like yelled at and shit, like fired on.
It's dumb. I don't think they should have, but whatever. Anyways,
that's kind of what the movie. It's kind of what the show's about, but let me censor it.
Oh, yeah, honestly. Anyways, so yeah, that was Chasing Amy. It was pretty damn good. And obviously next week,
I like that we laughed a lot.
We did.
Then we just like there'd be times we were like, this is fucking stupid.
Honestly, it was like so smart and dumb at the exact same time, and it's just so frustrated because I'm like, I want to love this so much, but it's just like there's so many spots in this film where I'm just like, but it feels like the character wasn't like that. Like
you're like I love this, and then like 2 minutes later, you're like, this is stupid.
It was like it was like off and on. Like that's fucking awesome, and then that's dumb. We should know. Like what the fuck are you doing?
It's like when what's his name, Hopper X.
Hooper X?
Hooper X, yeah, dude. You were like, oh, this is great. And then, like, you found out he was gay, and you're just like, oh, this is fucking great.
It went better. I was like, if it was just an act and he actually became it, I was like, you know what? Oh, because then he, like, shot him, and I was like, how the fuck did he get, what the fuck is going on? And then he comes up, and he's like, yo, it's fake. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking amazing, dude. And then he's gay, and he's just like an act, and I was like, and then the scene later with the little kid, and he's just like, yo, you see that man right there? No, fuck him. Like,
dude,
that's pure evil right there.
I liked what his one line there. He's like, I'm the minority of the minority of the minority, and no one fucking cares about me.
I mean, right? Because gay black man too. That's. I mean, that's pretty powerful.
I'm a minority in the minority in the minority.
No one gives a fuck about me. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I love that character. I mean, I could watch a whole movie about just him. Honestly.
I just like we started watching it, went to the panel. I was like, dude, his name is Hooper X. You're like, is it? I was like, yeah, it's fucking Hooper X. You're like Malcolm X. I'm like, yeah.
It was beautiful, honestly. So yeah, I mean, Chasing Amy, definitely check that one out. I would say, honestly, if you skip Mallrats, that's fine.
No, I mean, none of them really.
No, I wouldn't say skip Mallrats, but I'm just saying if you had to watch
you don't need to watch any of them in order.
Oh right, yeah, because none of they're not the same characters except for Jay and Silent Bob.
They link through Jay and Silent Bob. They are the connection.
Yep, they're the only.
Or you'll have like a character like Chasing Amy had the quick stop from Clerks.
Right. Well, but
there's little things that you'll see and you'll be like, oh, that's that fucking place from that one movie. But there's nothing in it that you're gonna be like, well, if I didn't watch that movie, I'm not gonna know what's going on in this.
Exactly.
You can watch any of them in whatever order.
Yeah, mainly because you have to realize that they're all not the same characters when they play. They play different characters in each of the films.
Yeah, because
they're like they're like own separate films that Jay and Silent Bob kind of flowed through, like own universes almost.
They're like in this one they just hang outside the quick stop fucking with people. In this one they're at the mall trying to like destroy a set. At this one they actually have character rights. In this one they're helping God.
And in this one they're on their own movie.
This one they're outside of a restaurant just fucking around. Like, they're just there. They're nice little connectors, and like they're my favorite parts.
Honestly,
I love watching movies with just them, except the reboot. I'm gonna be so sad when we get to the reboot because it did not live up to anything I expected.
Oh, have you tried? You watched it?
Well, I watched it when it came out, and I was just like, I don't really like this.
So obviously next week we're gonna be watching Minari, right? What day is that on?
It is on.
It might be for the next week after, actually.
Let me look, because I need a calendar and I don't know where shit is.
So we actually we're able to watch it digitally through a virtual screening room they have, which is pretty cool. That they're doing.
It is next week on the 17th, I think, or is it the 17th? I can check. I have the.
Okay, so that's next Monday. So technically,
I don't actually know. Hold up. I'm like, where is it? I should have gotten the link when I made my thing. That was like, when did I buy the tickets? Did I buy them yesterday? I did. Here's your virtual screening ticket. Yeah, February 17th.
Okay. So yeah, it definitely won't be for the next episode, but this next episode, well, actually, no, it will, right?
Yeah, because this one goes up.
We change the schedule, so sometimes it's a little off. So, because we'll post episodes every Tuesday. So it'll definitely be for the next episode.
Yeah, because this one will go up. Yeah, and then we'll watch it that week. So yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right. Well, that is.
We're actually covering a new movie for a feature. Look at that.
I know, and I think and then we'll also be able to talk about Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh yeah, because that gets released Friday.
I'm also gonna Friday, and I'm gonna be able to talk about. Malcolm and Marie. I'm gonna watch that just because I want to
try to watch it too. But like I've seen some reviews where I'm like, that person usually has good ratings, and they gave that 2 stars. Like
the reason I'm excited, I honestly have no idea what it's about. Like other than
it has Zendaya and that dude from Tenet.
John
David Washington.
Yep, that's it. John David Washington. That's exactly right.
I was like, I've only seen him in Tenet.
John
I don't know.
David. Yep, exactly. But no, John David Washington. He was also in. You've seen The Black Klansman, right?
He played the main character.
Yeah.
I like that movie. That movie was good.
Me too. So I'm hoping it was. I mean, I'm excited to see it because of those actors. That's the main reason for me.
I just wish I knew something about it.
Yeah, same. But it's free, so I'll be watching that.
Free movie.
And then I'll definitely be trying to watch a little bit more movies, so I have a little more to talk about next week because I did not get a chance to watch any movie. I went a whole week without watching another movie, and I was like, did I really just do that? Like, hold up.
I wish I could. I feel so sad when I don't watch a movie a day. I'm just like, I still have 2 hours to go till midnight. I can do it. Like,
yeah,
I'll watch a movie. It'll be like 11:55, and I'll be like, yeah, I did it today.
Exactly. Today I did it. And locked. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you as we talk spoilers for MCU's WandaVision. Discuss the most recent. No, I guess we didn't talk about any recent movie news, but we did talk about some new trailers that came out. And then we also talked about Mallrats. Nope. Well, I guess we did talk about that. But
talked about Mallrats and Chasing Amy. Mainly Chasing Amy because that was the feature.
Exactly. And then that was the main thing that we were supposed to talk about. And then we talked about the films you watched there. This new studio.
Fuck Earwig and the Witch. Don't watch it.
And also fuck DVDs.
Fuck DVDs. Okay. I should explain that. Cause
we didn't touch on that real quick before we...
So, the Criterion Collection released Chasing Amy, right, on DVD. And it had an intro by Kevin Smith, and I was like, "Oh, we should watch the intro, right?"
Right.
And we watched it, and he's in the intro, and he's like,
literally 3/4 intro.
He's like, "This is Laserdisc version," so I apologize. I mean, if you listen to the commentary, you might be hearing things like someone say in the first 2 minutes like "fuck DVD." I don't know who that is.
It wasn't me.
I would never.
Just say it
wasn't never bash that format. It's gonna be a great format. All my stuff's eventually gonna be on there. Why would I want to alienate myself from that?
Dude, he literally was like, no, I love DVDs. DVDs the greatest thing ever. Like, yeah, I would never say anything about them. Like, if you guys listen to the commentary, just know that if someone ever did say fuck DVDs on that commentary, like, it wasn't me might have been one of the other guys. Like, I would never put myself in that situation.
It might be Ben Affleck.
We put on the commentary first, not even the first fucking word out of his mouth.
No, they're like,
oh yeah.
Welcome to the Criterion Collection's Laserdisc version of Chasing Amy, and I just want to say real quick, fuck DVDs. And I was like, but bruh.
Dude, that was beautiful. I'm like, yeah, no, DVDs totally aren't gonna be a thing. I just love that he calls himself out. Like he's able to have that little self-reflection that he can.
He sits there, like DVDs are a thing. They're like, hey, yeah, Kevin, we want to re-release Chasing Amy in the Criterion Collection. And he's like, dude, DVD. Are we gonna do a new commentary? No, bro, we still have that old one. He's like, what's it gonna be on DVD? Yeah, like, shit. Can I do an intro? Can I not do that? And they're like, well, we can let you do an intro and like apologize, I guess.
You can do an intro, and he's like, okay, thanks for coming to the DVD collection of Chasing Amy, and I did not say anything about that on DVDs.
DVDs are great. I love DVDs.
Is this really what you want to put on the intro? Yes, fucking put it there. Just fucking put it there.
He is like, I don't know, man. He has such a good like persona about shit he does.
And then you're telling me that what was the film that he like? Oh, it was Dogma, right? Yeah, he
protested his own movie because a bunch of Christian people were outside because it depicts God, and they were all like, "This movie's a blasphemy. It's sin. It's horrible." And then he like went out to the protest and was just like, got interviewed by a fucking news reporter. They're like, so "What are your feelings about this movie?" And he's like, "Oh, I think it's horrible. I think it's a terrible film. I don't think it ever should have been made." And I'm like, at least he has a good time with the shit, right?
I just love how, because honestly, nobody would ever do that. Like, they'd go out there and be like, yeah, no, this movie's fucking trash. I mean, this movie, it's garbage.
Dude, they didn't even know who it was. All it said was like civilian. Like, they did not know that was the director of the movie. And he's just like, nah, man, this movie's garbage. Praise God,
Praise the Lord.
I'll just show oh my God, after we get done, I'll find the fucking video. It's so funny.
That's amazing. So yeah, new episodes come out every Tuesday, so be sure to follow us and turn on those notification bells to get updates every time we post. If you want to keep up with our activities outside the airwaves, be sure to stalk us on Instagram at Into the Filmverse Podcast. Bryce, where can people follow you and your wonderful adventures online?
You can follow me on Letterboxd at Payne Reviews, Payne Reviews. You can follow me on Instagram at Payne Loves Cinema. That's where I post some things I collect. Like my, I think I just posted a Halloween Laserdisc that I got.
Oh, yes, I thought that was cool.
And then follow me on Twitter at Sanguine Films. I don't really use it, but I talk to you on there.
You do. He responds to me on there, which is fun. And you can stay connected with me, Mytchel Chandler, by simply following me on Facebook and Instagram at author Mytchel Chandler, on Twitter at Mytchel Chandler, and on Letterboxd at Mitch Reviews. And Mitch and Mytchel are spelled with a Y, so it's actually Mytcheo. Well, thank you guys for joining us around our virtual water cooler. And that is all for this week, our fellow cinephiles. And until next week,
Excelsior!